Hi. There's been a massive shift in India over the past week and it has opened a Pandora's box. एक पूरी film industry में अफरा तफरी मच चुकी है. Powerful men are finally facing the music for their actions. And for the first time ever, women actors, junior artists and technicians who have been silenced for years are speaking up. पर ये सब हुआ कैसे? Well, thanks to a courageous group of women who refuse to stay silent any longer. Something we do not see every day in other film industries like the Bollywood. These women from the Malayalam film industry chose to forgo work opportunities. इन्होंने कहा कि हमें कोई लेना देना नहीं है इस बात से अगर हमको काम नहीं मिलता है. But enough is enough and your time is up. Now, does that phrase sound familiar? Yes. It gained prominence during the global Me Too movement. And when Me Too movement reached India, many hoped that it would lead to cleaner industries and actionable change. Women did come forward, but did action follow? Well, the answer is no. Zero convictions after 6 years as far as Bollywood is concerned. Interestingly, Mohanlal, a veteran actor in the Malayalam film industry, dismissed Me Too as a fashion.
Me Too, like you said, you just called it it's a trend to be Me Too. Why would you say that?
We can also come out with Me Too. With gender-wise, we should also start Me Too.
Okay.
Don't try to.
Well, ironically, Mohanlal has now resigned as the head of the Senior Artists Association in Kerala. And the entire male-dominated association, also commonly known as AMMA, has been dissolved amidst serious sexual abuse allegations. And these allegations have not just come from women, but these allegations have also come from men, male actors, technicians who have been working in the Malayalam film industry. But here's the thing, this isn't just about one film industry. The Malayalam film industry is just the tip of the iceberg. This could easily be happening in Bollywood, Tollywood and beyond. Now let me quickly take you back to where it all started. In 2017 in Kochi, Kerala, a veteran actress was abducted and sexually assaulted for 2 hours in a moving car by 6 men. As horrifying as it sounds, the truth is even more disturbing. Those men were hired by another actor, Dilip. He's also a senior actor in the Malayalam film industry. And why did he do this? Well, he hired goons to sexually assault a fellow actor to teach her a lesson. And why? Because she dared to tell his wife about his alleged affair with another co-star. Now think about that for a second. The level of impunity, the audacity to believe that he could orchestrate such a heinous crime and get away with it. This isn't just about Dilip. It's about a culture deeply rooted in power and control, where powerful men think that they can get away with anything. Now, when this crime came to light, you would think that there would be an outcry, right? There was initially. The association, meant to protect actors, supported the victim. But as soon as Dilip was arrested, they withdrew their support. Even when she complained to this committee, which was headed by superstar Mohanlal, they did nothing. And then came the Hema Committee, which was formed in 2017 by the Kerala government under CM Pinarayi Vijayan. It was led by High Court Justice K. Hema, former actor Sharada and retired IAS officer KB Valsala Kumari. Their task? To dig deep into the Malayalam film industry and expose any form of sexual exploitation faced by either women or men and gender inequality. And what did they find? 17 forms of exploitation under 30 different categories. This isn't just some minor issue. This is a full-blown crisis. The committee found that the Malayalam film industry is controlled by a select group of male producers, directors and actors. अब आप कहेंगे कि इसमें नई बात क्या है? ये तो सब film industries में होता है. But here we are talking about a mafia, a word which has been used many times in this committee report. They say that there are 10 to 15 powerful men who dominate the entire industry. They have the power to shadow ban anyone who resists their advances or refuses to play by their rules. Now imagine being an actor and one day your phone just stops ringing. No work, no explanation. Well, that's what these men can do. But who are they? Well, that is still a mystery, and it is a mystery to protect the anonymity of the victims and of the survivors. Also, the Hema Committee has held back at least 50 pages of their report. अब इन 50 पेजेस में और भी डिटेल्स हैं सेक्सुअल असॉल्ट की, और उन एक्सप्लॉयटेशंस की जो इंडस्ट्री में हुआ है कुछ महिलाओं के साथ और कुछ पुरुषों के साथ भी। ये डिटेल्स सीधा एसआईटी को दी जाएंगी। ऑल्सो इसलिए भी नाम नहीं बताया गया है क्योंकि हेमा कमेटी जब बनी थी उन्होंने सबसे पहला रूल ये रखा था कि आप सेफ फील करिए अपनी कंप्लेंट्स देते हुए, आपका नाम हम लोग नहीं बताएंगे ताकि आप पे ये ब्रंट नहीं है, ताकि आपको ये फेस ना करना पड़े कि आप किसी अगर पावरफुल एक्टर के खिलाफ अगर कंप्लेंट कर रही हैं तो आपकी लाइफ और आपकी जो कॉन्फिडेंशियलिटी है उसको हम प्रोटेक्ट कर सकें। दैट इज व्हाई नो नेम्स हैव बीन गिवन इन दिस रिपोर्ट। नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द फाइंडिंग्स ऑफ द हेमा कमिटी। Women who work in the industry spoke about the constant harassment, abusive language, vulgar comments, and yes, even loud aggressive knocks on their doors at night by drunk co-stars or crew members. These knocks were so forceful that women actually feared that the doors would break and these drunk men will forcefully enter their rooms. And what's worse, even the basic human dignity of having a toilet or changing room was denied to them. Many had to relieve themselves in open spaces and some even fell ill because they avoided drinking water to prevent the need to urinate. And the disparity did not end there. Contracts were often not formalized in writing, leading to huge inconsistencies in pay, especially for women. Men might face this too, but the gap for women is staggering. That's what the Hema Committee found. This isn't just a Malayalam film industry problem. It's everywhere. Bollywood has its own dark stories. Think about it. No man accused of sexual misconduct or assault in Bollywood has ever been convicted. Not even one. And let's not forget Hollywood. Remember the Me Too movement? It shook the world. And yet, how many men have quietly returned to work as if nothing happened? Look at Louis C.K., a comedian who admitted to sexual misconduct. Now, he's back on stage, performing. Just like that. The pattern is clear. These powerful men often find their way back. The Justice Hema Committee report has led to 17 cases and counting being registered by the Kerala police and even the dissolution of the male-dominated Association of Malayalam Movie Artists, commonly known as AMMA. But let's be real. History tells us that these men will find a way back. They always do. When activist Tarana Burke started the Me Too campaign more than 10 years before the allegations against Harvey Weinstein became public, she emphasized that the movement was not about getting men fired. It was about spreading message to survivors that you are heard, that you are understood. It's about telling victims that they are not crazy, hysterical, or difficult to work with. To embolden them that if they speak up against the wrong, their career or job will not go. The goal is to understand the extent and the magnitude of the problem. And it's massive. Yes, it's crucial to recognize that any of the women misusing the movement or the law must face consequences too, no matter who they are. If a man is being exploited by a woman in power, that too deserves punishment. But let's be clear that the statistics of women being exploited by powerful men are staggering. It's a rampant everyday reality. Understanding this is the key. We cannot detract from essence of the movement, which is to protect women from powerful men who believe they can do anything and get away with it. And that's precisely why in our Indian laws, will has been given greater importance than consent. If someone in a position of power asks you for sexual favors, implying that you will get more work in return, they are pressuring you into something you're not willing to do. It's a violation of your will and it's absolutely wrong. So what now? How do we make sure this isn't just another cycle? How do we ensure that our working women are truly empowered and protected? That's the conversation we need to be having.
Tanushri, I really hope it is not going to go in a loop and a dead end. That is our first hope, and we are working towards that. WCC is a very small organization with hardly altogether about 21 members who are working day in and day out, especially after the report has come out. I am proud to say that the Hema Committee report, which was initiated by WCC with the Chief Minister of Kerala, does not only talk about sexual harassment. Half, if anybody has read it, they would know that only the first half is sexual harassment. The second half talks about labor laws. It talks about a whole lot of labor issues. And I'm so happy that, the study has talked about something so important. And we have all kinds of labor in our industry, because it does not come under labor law as such, because it's a very different industry. It's an industry where a lot of creative arts, the labor, and a lot of what do you call it, temporary workers, everybody come into it. So to form one law for a film industry is a tough one. So in that way, I think Hema Committee has brought out many issues.
Yes.
Of course, in the forefront is the sexual harassment, because it is important to understand that forcing anybody in the name of giving work, or forcing anybody without their consent, definitely is a no, which all of us accept. So yes, many things have come out, but we also need to recognize that the Malayalam, the Kerala state as such is an educated state. And this is the only place that a report like this could have come out. And this is the only government that could have made it possible.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And also a huge, thanks to women like you, thanks to women like the entire WCC who stood their ground. But you have been a part of the industry, and not just the Malayalam film industry, but also Bollywood. Have you, I'm so sorry to ask you this, but have you faced any kind of misconduct ever from
No,
anyone?
Dhanashri. No, I see. I'm not very sure the reason, but thankfully, I have not faced any direct misconduct. And see, Dhanashri, we are living in a world, and we are all, two genders, and naturally, there are attractions and flirtations that happen. But when you know how to draw your line, and the person who is maybe flirting or whatever, knows that line and understands and backs out, it's fine. As far
Yes.
as there is no force, it's fine. The thing is, when you force somebody against their wishes, that is when you know that is something I have not been able to understand.
But now there are also these cases are now going to go to court. Do you think this was fair to ask the victims to go and file their own sexual harassment complaint, or any complaint that is, to go to the police station and file their own complaints? Don't you think that puts the onus on the survivors?
That is a conversation that is going on, and it's a very, very important conversation going on. I am not too sure whether this is the right thing, asking the survivors or victims, as we may call, asking them to go and file a case, which means they have to be out there for the media and the public to say what they want about them, because at the moment social media is also taking on them with a lot of negative
Yes.
comments, which is very sad, because uh, these are people who have had a lot of courage to be able to talk to their families, to be able to talk to their dear and near ones, the inner circle of friends, to say that, okay, I am going to do this and it is going to affect all of you, are you okay? And then coming out and telling,
Yes.
because it is this one person who has who kind of forced forced upon this person. So it is a very tough one already. On top of that, when you have social media ridiculing you and sentencing you on their own, and making remarks which are extremely uh, sad. So I think we need to just, at the moment, I would expect a state like Kerala to step back, understand what is happening in our state, because this is a reflection of the state, of the society on the whole. It is not just it's not an industry which has four walls. It is spread out into the
Absolutely.
state. We really need to reflect about what is happening to our community, our social structures, what's happening to our children, girls, boys, everybody. So if we step back, and I'm sure we can make a huge change which will be good for the future generations. So definitely the SIT should look into these allegations in detail and understand the truth behind it. There is also one more thing, Tanushri, which I would like to talk about. For generations, it's always been that there is a gender that pits the other gender against. So it's
Yes.
like there are a lot of women who have the courage to come and say, and then you have a lot of other women who are pitted against these women to talk about them, to talk negative aspects about them. This is something that we really need to watch out for also, because I don't think, unless we know the truth, I don't think any of us should speak about the other person ever, because this is a very, very serious movement, and people should not be unnecessarily hurt. And the people who have done wrong should be taken into task. We need to do something like this to lay a foundation of safety, and a society where anybody who is molested or harassed in any way has the courage to come out and talk about it, and not sit back silent, and they just wilter away. I don't think that should ever happen to any person. And there are people who have the courage to speak up. There are people who do not have the courage to speak up. There are people who don't want to stand up for somebody because they feel their privacy will be, compromised. So, there are so many things that go on within a human mind. But that is why I feel, these people who have come out, their courage is immense. Really
Absolutely.
immense. Standing up with them is very important.
Do you think
So,
other industries are standing up with the victims right now? It's very important. It's a
I
film
don't
industry.
know. I really wish they would understand this and see what is happening. And see, they don't know the Malayalam film industry in detail. Nobody knows each other. These industries are so big, so like I said, sometimes you just want to sit back and keep quiet. Even that is better than throwing, muck. I would say that sit back and be silent and watch what is happening. Do not kind of mudsling people who come out and speak.
Have you come across any such incident where there are people you can see that they are going through something, but you exactly do not know what to do with that?
Yeah, those kind of situations have happened when I did not know what to do. But once WCC came into being, I was myself, educated on what can be done. And for the first time, I read all the, POSH Act and POXO Act and all these things in detail to understand, because we all sat together and did it. We said, when we are fighting for a cause, we need to understand what this cause is all about. So after that, yes, there have been people who have come and spoken to us. We have tried our best to handle it with care. Some of them did not want to go out and speak, but they wanted a solution. And we have tried that too. And, even in my profession, when some people have come to me for help, I have tried to speak to the individuals with whom they have had issues. So these things have been ongoing, but now it's just become, I never knew how to handle it with the law, but now I understand how to handle it with the law.
Ma'am, thank you so much for speaking with us.
Let me leave you with this. After the Me Too movement in India, I once heard a boy say that now he's scared to even look at a woman because she might accuse him of something. But here's the truth. Women aren't out to get you. In fact, most women are terrified of speaking up because they fear being labeled as difficult or as that Me Too girl. They fear losing opportunities, being sidelined, or worse, being shadow banned. So if you truly support women, give them the strength to tell their stories. That's the least you can do. Thank you for watching.